All right, today we're going to dive into this really beautiful, kind of profound script that totally challenges our everyday ideas about love. It gives us this quieter perspective, a whole different language for what we feel. Let's get into it.
So, right off the bat, the script hits us with this simple but really powerful line. It immediately makes you stop and think, right? We put so much weight on those three little words, but what if the real story of love is found somewhere else entirely?
And that's our first big idea here, moving past "I love you" to find something deeper. It's all about looking for love not in the big, loud declarations, but in the quiet moments, in the actions, and in the spaces between the words.
Which, of course, leads to this amazing question. Seriously, what if the love that truly holds us together doesn't need all the fanfare? What if its truest, purest language is actually silence?
And that idea is right at the heart of this whole thing, the silence of being there. It suggests that maybe love's greatest expression isn't about what's said, but about the simple, unwavering act of just being present.
Man, you gotta pay attention to that last word, stays. It's huge. See, this silence isn't an awkward silence. It's not empty. It's that comfortable, solid quiet you have with someone. The unspoken promise to simply be there, no matter what.
This really builds on that idea perfectly. Because, staying is pretty easy when everything's going great. The script argues that the real test of this silent love is how tough it is. What happens when things get hard? Okay, this is such a powerful setup. We're all taught that love is built on promises, right? On making plans and vows for the future. But this script just flips that whole idea on its head, which creates this great little moment of tension. If it's not about the promise, then what on earth is it about?
And boom, there's the payoff. It's not about what you say you'll do, it's about what you actually do. It's the person who weathers the storm with you, not just the one who promised to bring an umbrella. It defines love as this tangible, gritty act of just sticking around. So from here, the script gets a little more mature, almost bittersweet. It admits that even a love that stays through the tough times might not last forever. But, and this is key, it argues that just because something isn't permanent doesn't mean it didn't have a purpose.
I absolutely love this distinction. The script suggests that our most significant relationships tend to fall into one of two beautiful categories. They're either a lesson that helps shape who we're becoming, or they're a cherished memory that makes our past richer. See? There's no failure in that, only purpose.
And hearing the full quote just brings it all home. It's such a gentle, accepting way to look back at your own story, It lets you appreciate what every single person gave you. Whether it was a whole lifetime together or just one single powerful moment that changed everything. Now, all of this builds to what is really the climax of the script, its ultimate truth. We've looked at love as presence, as endurance, as a lesson, and now we get to its most profound definition, the freedom to be completely 100% yourself. And there it is, the core takeaway. True love, from this point of view, isn't about trying to mold someone into your perfect partner or changing yourself to fit their idea of perfect. No. It's about creating a safe space where you can both be totally authentic. It's just this profound, radical acceptance.
Let's just let that sink in for a second. This isn't some self-improvement project you do for somebody else. It's that feeling of relief, that comfort, of being truly seen. Flaws, quirks, and all. And having that person look at you and say, yes, that. I choose that.
So, as we get to the end of our little journey here, the script turns the camera back on us. It asks us to look inside and see if this quiet, accepting kind of love feels familiar in our own lives. Just take a moment and really think about it. That feeling of not having to put on a show, that quiet comfort of someone just staying, the freedom to be unapologetically you. If you can remember that feeling, then you've already loved. And what a warm, beautiful thought to end on. It validates every quiet connection, every loyal friend, every steadfast presence that ever gave us the space to just be. Thanks for joining me for this one.